Testing. Is that the one? Okay, welcome everyone to the Heston Hyde Hotel here in Middlesex, just outside London, for the final of the British Open, and what a final it promises to be, between two of the finest players of Blackball pool in the world. First of all, let's introduce our referee, Scott Macmillan. So our first finalist from Wales, Simon Ward. Simon, it's 12 months since your last final. You must be delighted with the way you're playing.
Yeah, played really well today. Hopefully I can keep on breaking well, and hopefully I can take down the title.
Tough battle against Steve Thompson. He just got through 7-6 with a great clearance in the final, and then pretty smooth since then.
Yeah, I say I played pretty well. I mean, mine and Ben's game on the stream table wasn't great, but it's just the way the balls run. And I played really, really well in the semi-final, so I was pleased to win that game as well.
And what would it mean to you to finish the season on a high by winning the title?
Yeah, it'd be great, because I played pretty well all season, really. I just haven't really had the results. So if I can finish this one on a high, that'd be great.
And you know your opponent very well. You know what's coming.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, he's a very, very tough player to beat. So I'm looking forward to it, though.
Okay, well, play well in the final. Thanks. Simon Ward. And his opponent, one of the true legends of our sport, from Ireland, Ronan McCarthy. Ronan, another final. I know the last two you've just come short and been runner-up, but third time lucky?
Hope so. I'm due one. Like you say, I've been knocking the door a lot this year, a lot of finals and semi-finals, so hopefully you always need a wee bit of luck. I had a wee bit of luck against Clint there. When I was 4-0 down, I thought it was gone, so again, it's another life. I could have been gone against Mark Boyle the first round and Clint there, so I'm getting a wee bit of luck maybe that I'm sort of due in one of these. If I can just get it in the final now, that'll be happy days.
Well, on the stream you played absolutely superb against Mark Boyle. I mean, you showed balls of steel in that match, and again 4-0 down against Clint. I mean, you must be really pleased how you're playing.
Yeah. I done very well to get back into the match and against Clint and sort of put a bit of pressure on him. And at the end, you could see he was under it, and everybody feels it at some stage, but you have to put them under it, you know. So I was just glad that I played well enough to get back into the match and sort of put him under the cosh a bit. And thank God he did. He struggled at the end.
So one more step to go. Simon Ward, you know very well.
Simon's a great player. But you get to the final of this, it's going to be a great player you're playing. You have to go out there and play well, and just hope you get a wee bit of luck when you need it. And if I get a wee bit of luck when I need it, hopefully I win. But it's a hard match.
Yeah,
it's a good game.
Okay, well, play well in the final, Ronan. Ronan McCarthy. Okay, just a reminder, it's a race to 7 frames in the final, so I'll hand you over to Andrew McKee in the commentary box for what should be a cracking final.
Check.
Hello.
Yep, we're in. Good evening. Welcome to the final. You've just had the introduction of our chairman, Kev Barton, joined in the commentary box by none other than Dan Davey and Simon Webb, fellow pros on the IPA talk.
Evening, Andrew. How you doing?
Evening.
Good evening. Good evening, Governor.
All right, old chap.
Old chap.
This should be good.
Look at, yeah.
What's your predictions for this then? Let's get them out of the way.
Let's get the predictions out of the way. Go on, you first, Simon.
I think Simon's going to win. I'm impartial completely. I kind of want Ronan to win because I think he's been knocking on the door, and I think it'd be great to see him win. Nothing against Simon at all, but I think Simon's going to edge it. I think he just seems to win an event every year. He hasn't won one yet this year. I just think he's going to edge it, but we shall see. How about yourself?
I'll go next. Don't know. You're right. You're right. It's a really even final.
Yes.
Really, really even final. And okay, most finals are going to be, fairly even. But this is a proper. If you're betting on it 5 to 6 the pair, just a real tough one to call. The layouts from the break are probably going to decide it because they're both obviously playing really well. So tough one. I'm going to go 7-6 either way, but I'm not going to stick my neck on the line.
We'd love to see a 7-6.
I think we'll get one.
But
I think it'll be a really good standard as well.
Yes.
Where you going, Andrew?
Yeah, well, just what you touched on about the layouts of the breaks. Now we know Simon's got a sledgehammer of a break, so you'd expect his breaks to be a little bit better than Ronan's. But there you go. There's a mistake early on.
There's your first mistake, yeah.
I'm just going to go with. I'm just going to go with Ronan just because I think he's well overdue.
I think he's definitely come off the bigger high. Simon won fairly easily 7-2 in the semi-finals, and Ronan's come from 4-0 down on the stream. I think that's maybe underestimated how important that might be.
30 seconds.
And against the man in form as well. Clint's won 2 of the last 2 tours. So
yeah, and he's won 7 in a row against him. I didn't see.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, 4-0 down, 1-7.
Oh, 7 frames in a row. Yeah. I thought you meant 7 matches in a row. Yeah.
No, 7 frames in a row. So he's that's a real high to come off of. And you've just come off of the match table. And you've just played really well on the match table. So maybe that edges it for Ronan. I don't know, but it's if they played 100 times, it'd be 50 or it'd be close. They're just both. Like you say, they're both ultra consistent. They seem to be they seem to win an event a year each. They seem to. How's he? Whoa!
Can we get a replay of that in a minute? That was that out the middle of the pocket?
No, I think he missed it. I think he hit the jaw first.
I think that spat out right out the back of the pocket.
Do you?
I think so.
Just where the red landed. I think when they hit the back of the pocket, they come back out straight, don't they, normally?
He's clearly taken his eye off the pot. No, he did miss it.
Yeah. Jaw first.
He did jaw it. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get the replay up for you in a minute. We're just getting little snippets of the replay on our monitors, but we'll get that to you guys in a minute. But yeah, it looks like he's just put it into the jaw.
Yeah, he was just trying to cheek the pocket. That's the only reason he missed it. Trying to cheek the pocket to go into the cushion, back out, and I think trying to maybe come behind the yellow.
I think he was trying to move the yellow out the way.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I think he's trying to screw directly into the black, get the black out.
No, I think he was trying to get the yellow out the way so the black then became easy.
All right. Okay.
But either way, he was trying to cheek the pocket, which is why he missed the pot.
So a mistake each already in the first frame.
Little. Simon just needs to come back a little bit here to leave himself as perfect. Stunned down for the. Doesn't want to be straight. If he's straight, he's got a bit of a problem. This is really the key shot to the frame. If he gives himself the perfect angle here, it's frame over.
Just a couple of inches off the cushion, just so he can.
Yeah, you don't want a big cut. You don't want to. That's perfect. And then he can just float up table in line with the blue spot, and then it's frame over. So a mistake each, first frame.
Yeah.
It's a bit short of where he want it to be. May leave the black. missable, but no, that's fine.
Only danger was leaving himself hampered, and he hasn't.
So he's just about got away, so he's got a clean strike at the cue ball.
Frame.
1-0 first frame. Of course, we've got the shot clock in the final, so it's 60 seconds.
Here's that miss.
Here we go. Yeah, if you look, just hits the right jaw first. You see Ronan really loading it up with
Yeah, you can see because he has got the yellow out the way as well, which is what he was trying to do.
Yeah. Yeah, just completely took his eye off the pot.
Yeah, it was an unmissable ball that he's tried to cheat the pocket, as you said.
So we have Scott McMillan there. He's you'll get 90 seconds after the break. As
Simon potted off the break.
He did, yeah.
He did, yeah. So 90 seconds off the break, after the break shot to play your first shot, and then a 60-second shot
Ronan
clock.
McCarthy to break, trailing by 1 frame to 0.
From there on after.
Time running.
Big fat tip he uses, really, for breaking.
He just sometimes doesn't get the purest strike on that front ball.
No.
That time he did. That was solid.
That was good.
Yeah.
Wasn't quite the crunch you see from some players.
He doesn't have the power of some players, but what I look for is how solid he catches that front ball, because I see when he was breaking, he doesn't break so well. He doesn't get that same solid contact.
Yeah, he broke them well.
He'd take the split every time, just the way he breaks. He doesn't get the big splits that other players get. He'd be happy with this, I think. He's got work to do.
I'd be interested to know how much your top players like Ronan, especially, for example,
Time out.
how much they practice their break.
Touching ball.
Yeah.
Time running.
I had a quick chat with Ronan. I was away with him a couple of weeks ago and asked him about practice, and he said he doesn't really practice. He just plays lots of tournaments, so he doesn't really go. He won't go to the club for a practice session or to have a practice match. He'll just keeps himself in shape. I think he plays a lot of tournaments.
Yeah. Have they got quite a good club, haven't they, where they have regular tournaments?
Yeah, I think so.
30 seconds.
Yeah, I think there's
Quite
always
local.
very regular tournaments for back home for him to, or just travelling around Ireland. I don't think he's ever short of a tournament if he wants one.
So touching ball, Ron's playing a billiard shot. It's a really good shot. It's unlucky. That's really unlucky, because if it just slightly away from the yellow, which I think it's too close to either.
Yeah, I think camera 4 shows. I don't think this is quite. I think can't plot it. Yeah, he's been.
I don't know.
He's been really unlucky.
A little?
He's been really unlucky
No,
twice.
straight down.
Can't. No, he can.
Yeah, he can get this.
Straight down. It's a good shot.
So that billiard shot was fantastic.
It's a great shot. That you made that look very easy.
Yeah.
That's when you know you're playing well, is when you can get down and play that shot that quickly.
Yeah.
Because you're thinking so clearly, because you're confident.
I think the thinking is the thing I find most impressive about this shot. I don't know how many players would think to play that shot.
Well,
it was
so quickly.
So quickly, yeah. I mean, he had every right to be really annoyed and could have
30 seconds.
taken his full minute on that to work it out. But
another missed pot.
But that's what you get from a good 20 years of experience at the very highest level. He's been in so many different situations and layouts, and it's a surprising one. He's just trying to obviously bump the black out.
Played it a bit hard for me.
Yeah, well, I think he didn't want to stick over in that area, because there was a red that may have blocked the yellow into the right middle. I think he played it at the right pace, because if you look at where the white landed, he was fine.
Yeah, he was fine.
Roughly, probably was where he'd like to be, but just took his eye off the pot. Really important for Simon to punish that.
Yeah.
Especially early doors in a match, and obviously in a final. If your opponent does slip a couple of unexpected errors in there, if you don't want to be 1-1 when you could be 2-0. After a couple of errors like that. Doesn't want to nudge it on the way up. Hasn't.
Just made the black trickier.
Yeah, because I think he could have played the black off of the yellow previously, and now he can't.
Yeah.
Double, the black's in a nice... Once he clears his reds up, the black's in a nice place for a double, so...
It is.
I don't think he'd worry too much about the black.
That may well be his plan B.
Yeah. Unless he can develop it at some stage.
30 seconds.
Why do pool players punch tables after they miss?
Good question. I've got a broken bone in my hand.
Have you?
Yeah.
How'd you get that?
I punched the pool table when I missed.
Did you?
Only in practice. I wouldn't do it in a match.
Only in practice.
You must have given it a hefty one.
Yeah,
Simon.
I did. Yeah.
That is a lump as well.
Yeah.
That's never going to heal. That's
no.
That's 15.
Blimey.
Yeah. Anyway, enough about me.
No, more about you.
Yeah.
Kept that quiet.
Troubled life.
Yeah. It was just a little practice match. Just lost my head.
It's weird because you told me you had an argument with your missus, and I thought I didn't really. Right, Simon here needs the right angle after this to. I think probably play Andrew's shot. I don't know if he can. May struggle to hold it. Be playing this with a bit of drag. He would have loved to have been in between these two yellows.
I think he's okay. I think he can hold this
For the double.
Yeah, I think he can hold the double for fine because he's got anywhere up to about the line of the middle pocket to hold with. I think
he should be fine. Yeah.
I think he's okay. It's a little thin, maybe.
Camera angle can be a bit confusing.
Yeah.
Misleading.
Yeah, so he was plenty of time.
Perfect.
So if you were going to go for a double on the table, this is the controllable, comfortable sort of double you'd want.
Pretty much, yeah.
You'd be surprised when a player misses a double like this.
Yeah. If I was Ronan, I'd be thinking 2-0.
Yeah.
He's even got the yellow blocking the in-off in the middle as well, just in case.
Yeah.
No, he's missed it.
He has missed it.
You don't miss them.
That's a surprise. That really is.
It is, yeah. And the yellow did block the white was going in the middle as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing how often you see that the white fault go around the same pocket.
Yeah.
So is that missed pot?
Yes.
Scott to be on it.
It's either a missed pot or an unforced error. Missed pot for me.
Yes, a missed pot. I think unforced errors are more running out of position.
Yeah.
Well,
He did nudge the black
Yeah,
safe.
snickering yourself and.
Yeah, so
I put screwing an off as well off the break and unforced error because that's just a bad shot.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Yeah, punish them. I had you all racking them up earlier when I was playing.
Yeah,
30
absolutely.
Did you know, Dan, you missed 8 pots earlier in that match? Cheers, mate. That's what I need.
Yeah, I gave you 20 minutes to get over it before I said anything.
He's just gone for a snooker there. Did he not? He mustn't have had a shot.
No, Simon got a bit fortunate. He all Ronan had was a plant into the middle, which
Total snooker.
certainly wasn't a gimme. I think I would have fancied Ronan to get the plant though if he's gone for it, but I think this is a great example of Ronan just playing the percentage shot.
Yeah, because sometimes you leave a snooker and you think your opponent's going to get out of it and there's a chance he could get the black moving towards the pocket, but that's very difficult from here. I mean, Simon's going to hit the black. We know that. Ronan's not expecting a foul.
Well, he's playing to pot it because
30 seconds.
he could obviously just come off of the left-hand side cushion and guarantee the hit.
So
But
is he going to try and hit it solid to make it in the top left?
I think he goes in the middle.
He's going for it in the middle.
Yeah, catch it thin. Yeah.
No, so it's the ideal situation for Ronan.
Yeah.
See
Got to be getting these.
the plant that he turned down, I can't remember exactly how easy it was, but he'd have got that most times. But that's more likely. He's more likely to win the frame doing what he did there.
Yeah.
For Simon to pot that black is probably 1 in 10, if that.
Yeah, but so you judge that against the plant.
Yeah. The plant he'll probably miss more than 1 in 10, so it's probably
A nice shot there, just screwed
Never-
it in and out.
never going to argue with Ronan when it comes to shot selection.
No, not at all. He might have felt with the plant that the yellow he was planting on was going to go awkward, maybe in as well, which just added to it.
Yeah, and the yellow was quite far away from the middle.
frame.
One each.
One each.
I think Ronan will be absolutely delighted to be one each rather than, even though they've both made similar number of mistakes, they both made a couple of errors. Ronan would have feared 2-0 there, so.
Both very similar temperament-wise.
Yeah.
Just like robots. You know, when they're in the chair, you wouldn't know what the score was from looking at either of them.
No, not at all.
Definitely not.
So we get to see how Simon's brake's working again. As Andrew said at the start, he's got a very, very big sledgehammer brake.
He's
Third frame, Simon Ward to brake.
I always find
One
people
frame
with
up.
long arms
Time
have a
running.
good brake.
Yeah.
Because they've got that range.
Bigger,
you know, they
big
can
levers. And
bring it
yeah.
right back and mark at that.
You can really hear it, can't
Yeah.
you? With the headphones on, it almost hurts.
I was just about to
Yeah.
use the word hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got he's been rewarded with a really nice split as well.
You deserve a nice split when you hit them that well.
Yeah, just a tiny bit,
Tad, yeah.
Dave.
Do you think he could take the yellow and just nudge into the red and yellow at the top and then go yellows, or is he looking red? Does that yellow go?
Yeah,
or is he
does it
looking
go?
reds and then... Oh, he's going reds and then nudging in.
Oh, okay.
Reds are probably slightly easier at the bottom end of the table. Oh, it's a controlled shot.
It's a very well controlled shot.
Didn't just play into that
No,
willy-nilly. He was playing the yellow exactly as he's played it.
Sure, yeah, and others would have maybe played that plain ball and pushed the red towards the left corner.
Yeah.
And yes, it's really well judged cannon from Simon there.
Yeah, how straight is it? You know, he's got plenty of angles, so he can get the white down the bottom end of the table if he wants. Just, he's got to be a little bit careful with his positioning onto the 2 in the middle at the bottom. Gets
30
good
seconds.
position on those, it shouldn't be a problem.
30-second call from Scott. I think this is the shot that could potentially go wrong.
Yeah. So is he going to come just on and off and try and play on the left-hand side one? Just wants to get above the first one, or is he could play into the first one just delicately?
He's just rolling on and off. It's a real test of your touch.
Yeah. He's not, the margin of error from being perfect to being not very good is very small. And that is perfect.
That is
That's a lot better shot than it looked.
Yeah. Really,
Yeah,
really
just
good shot.
used the weight of the ball just to get past there, didn't he?
Yeah, just perfect touch. Yep, just staying clean, staying away from trouble. Could have had Hamper Q in there, but no.
Found a nice gap there as well.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Drop this in.
If he doesn't find that gap and he clips the yellow, then the white's going away from the black, and just could, you know, really small things that could make it go wrong. But he's perfect all the way through, and
Right.
Just they're the silly mistakes that the top players don't make when they're playing well.
Yeah. Made that look very simple. Big break, rolled them in. That's the game plan. I think nearly every other match in the arena's finished. I think there's 1 or 2 amateur games still going on in the outer arena that we can see in the background there.
Yeah, Dave's just using a gizmo there just to pan around, just so you can see the audience.
See how much space we've got here. It's a really good venue.
Yeah, I think in terms of playing arena, this has been my favourite. I think.
Yeah.
Fourth frame, Ron McCarthy to break, trailing by 2 frames to 1. Time running.
Okay, caught the last break really well, made a ball. So can he do it again?
Really straight cue, and you can see straight up, straight down. Little pause.
Yeah, he didn't quite catch that one as good.
No.
And you can see with the split.
Made a ball.
Yeah.
That's a good split.
Yeah, Reds aren't too bad there, are they?
No, they all go. Couple of
he'll
close positional shots, but you take that.
Delighted with this finish, this split he's got here.
You would take that every day, wouldn't you?
Seems to be missing on the break here. Have they both had 2 pots off the break?
Yeah, all four breaks have had pots. Yeah. Roney's the only player I've seen cue like this, where he puts the fist on the table rather than the fingers.
Yeah.
I was just going to comment that one of the awkward ones could be this little Toshi one on the right hand side.
He crowbarred it in, did you?
He's got good in it though. He'll just drift across to the left of the blue spot, and it's just then about what order he takes the balls in. If you're right behind, if you could stop the white exactly where this red is over on the top, over on the left-hand side of the table, if you can stop the white where the red is, maybe even get a fraction closer to the red on the pink spot, then you may well play the plant.
Look at this, runs like playing speed pool. He's running around the table.
He's changed his route.
Well, he's underhit that. He wanted to be on the one on the left-hand side.
No, it's fine.
I think he was playing on the one to the left middle now. That's what I was thinking, because I think then he was thinking right middle, left corner, and then the other middle again.
Was he not going bottom right corner now? The same angle as previous to take the white out, and then
he could do that
on the left, and then red near the pink spot.
He's playing
so if this goes, okay, I don't think this was the way he wanted to go, but if this goes, which I didn't realise it did past the yellow, past the red into the middle. Here we go.
He didn't want to cannon the yellow. He was trying to go past that and get almost straight on the one on the left-hand side.
That's not too bad now, is it?
He's been okay.
Right. It's okay.
He can screw onto the cushion and use the angle off the other one to get over to the...
It's still that one on the left-hand side that's the problem, because it's not unless you get straight on it, it's not a good ball for the black.
No, and and I think he may want that as his second last ball with the red on the left-hand side of the table to get straight on that to get to the black, but has to leave himself the right angle after this shot.
Yeah, and if he's stunning across the table,
if he's straight, he's in all sorts of trouble.
Yeah, margin of error is going to be small.
Yeah, you'd like to rest on the yellow again, but he hasn't got the angle to do that. He's gone behind it.
Yeah.
Fraction harder. If the yellow's touching the cushion, he's perfect. But
I think all this sort of stems from the shot 2 or 3 shots ago, where he just finished a half a roll short from probably the ball he was playing in his original pattern, and it's kind of not been able to recover the situation.
Do you know, I'm going to just mention there, chaps, that I think Ronan's falling foul of this time clock, because every time Scott calls the 30 seconds, Ronan starts starting to panic, and he's running around the table.
It is one of the tough things for the finals, is that you play all day without a shot clock, and then the finals the only match with a shot clock.
True.
Missed.
Oh, he's just brushed past it.
Foul.
Didn't catch it.
One free shot, one visit.
Yeah, so yes, Ronan's been around long enough and with plenty of experience with the shot clock, but it's not something you do that regularly. So maybe it does have an effect.
$30 seconds.
Interesting choice.
Yeah.
Could have taken his yellow off the left-hand side cushion now, which is now his problem ball. I don't know if he can plant it, double it now. He's perfect on it with a little bit of insurance too. Just perhaps maybe touching the cushion, which makes it. You don't like to plant those to double those. Sorry.
Yeah, the red's blocking his option from going into it as well.
I think he'll go into it now. It's got the perfect angle. Plays yellow into the bottom right corner. You can see he's aiming his cue as to the line that he wants the white ball to go down. Big margin as well. Because
that red going there is giving it the bigger margin, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Play it at pace as well. Make sure it comes out.
I think you'll need to trace aside to quite a bit actually.
Great shot.
Very good shot. Perfect pace. Too short, it doesn't come out. Too long, it goes back on the cushion.
Very difficult to see how we can go wrong here. It should be fairly plain sailing.
Yeah, it just needs to just frame over. Just set them up again, Scott.
These are just 4 Rollins now.
Yeah. So roll the white through a fraction. He's just coming around and checking it, what his margin of error is. Something I need to remind myself to do. Just get down, rush. These are easy.
Yeah.
Get down, rush. I've barely hit that. I'm just slightly. I need to just. I'm okay, but I need to play a slightly more delicate shot than I should have done. It should have been simple, but it's not. Just things all the top players do. They just. He knew that was the only thing that could go wrong, so he just came around, checked, and 3-1.
Frame.
Yeah, you see there he's he's taken his time on the important shots, as you said. He's worked out what he needed to do, and then once he's got them as he needed them, just worked his way through at a nice pace. So 3-1, but Ronan's had chances.
Yeah, could have been 3-1 Ronan. I think Simon's had a break and finish.
Yeah,
aside from that,
he has. Yeah, last one.
Aside from that, Ronan could have won all 3.
But he was 4-0 down in the semi-final, so 3-1 is not as bad as that.
Yeah, he won't be worried just yet. But if Simon gets a break dish here now,
do you think how you go behind has more of an effect? So if he was 3-1 behind and Simon had made 3 dishes, do you think you're mentally stronger than if you know you've had?
He's got away with that.
Well, he has.
He
has got away with it, but he hasn't been rewarded. Don't think he can pop the red at the top.
No.
But do you think it's mentally harder when you know you've made some mistakes in the 3 frames that you've lost?
Yes.
Yeah.
100%. I found myself. I've struggled with that plenty of times in the past. If you're 5-2 down, has been a really good standard. You're in that mindset of, right, I'm going to break and clear these. I'm 1 dry break away from being 5-all.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to clear these off the break. If he goes dry, I'll clear them. Then I'll clear again. If you're 5-2 down and you've missed 3 chances, it's much more difficult to come back from that mentally and to keep yourself calm, focused. Real delicate one here. That was clean. It's a good shot.
Yeah, horrible shots to play.
1 sec.
Yeah, I think
Dan
might have just got his food order.
Yeah.
Just came in. So
you're going to have to put up the 2 of us for a couple of minutes.
Yeah, if we can just go into camera 3 again. Just get a bit closer
30
to
seconds.
the action.
Can he pot the one he's nearest to in the middle? That yellow in the middle.
I don't know.
Oh, can he get through to the other one?
Oh, it looks like it.
Well, I think he might have to play it into the long pocket though, not the centre. Yeah, he's gone long pocket. Where's the white? Yeah, that was tough.
Was tough. This will be a welcome Is
Well,
Simon on yellows?
No, it's an open table, and Ronan's tapping the table as if to say it was a good shot, because he's only given him reds. If he's played that to try and take yellows and then, stop Ronan going reds, then it's a brilliant shot.
30 seconds.
But I don't know whether he was, and only he will know. You can see clearly that both players only want reds. Only want yellows, sorry, they don't want reds.
Yeah.
Happy to leave the red over the pocket for him, almost challenge him to a finish. I think Simon may decide to take reds now. So he's got an angle on the one at the top. He can play that with some running side to go into the two reds, to develop those two. And if that comes out okay, he's got the tricky red at the bottom that doesn't go to either bottom pockets. He'd have to get down to the bottom end of the table, take it into the middle or the top. And that was controlled nicely. Or he could try and move it. It's difficult for us to see which way he'd go with that. He's just had a quick look to see if he can play. So he's going to play the red furthest up the table now, and look to play the red just below it into the bottom right, but off the yellow, to open up that pocket for the red. That's his problem ball.
30 seconds.
I think if we could just have a quick look at camera 4. I think he's just come. If he was trying to play on that to be able to come down to the bottom end of the table, he's finished just off straight the wrong way.
Yeah.
So he can't get down to the problem ball now. So he's got a real big problem now. Yeah, his options are very, very limited here. So he's no choice but to come back for this one. And if he makes the pot, he's going to be cannoning the yellow.
Yeah, big shot.
If he plays it plain ball, he'll be cannoning the yellow next to the red or near the red.
Stun across with side to come behind and play the red in the middle.
Yeah,
such a tough shot to
play.
Very, very tough shot. I mean, that's the way to do it, not trusting to luck, but that's just such a hard shot to execute.
Yeah, if he goes into them, then you're nudging it towards a pocket where the yellow's already over a pocket. Oh, he can play a plain ball? That's brilliant. Natural angle was fantastic.
Very good shot.
That's a great shot.
I'm going to stick up for us commentators, isn't it? It's hard to see from this angle that was possible.
Yeah.
If you were behind it, you'd know that was possible. But
it looked a natural to go into the yellow. It looked like if he played what the shot he played.
At least flicking it.
Yeah.
But yeah, really good shot. These aren't gimmies. It's there. Is he on it?
Just enough. Just enough.
It's been a sort of bit of a statement finish from Simon, because Ronan's left him reds. Ronan said, "There you go. You've got reds if you want them," and Simon's taken them. And that's the best finish of the match so far by a distance.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a dagger as well, isn't it? For you say Ronan's left them, so if you're good enough to get them, fair play to you. Right, well, you've done that, and now there's a 3-frame difference. Not
because Ronan could have taken reds as well. So Ronan had the option to do what Simon did. Chose to just brush off the yellow and leave him the option of reds.
I think that's the scoreboard pressure, really.
Possibly.
If Ronan was 3-1 up, maybe he would have gone for reds rather than lay the gauntlet down and say, okay, it's a much easier finish to go for when you're 2 frames up than 2 frames down. as they all
Sixth
are.
frame.
Yes.
Ronan
obviously
McCarthy
those
to
real
break.
marginal,
Trailing
what
by
shall I
4
do?
frames to 1. Time running.
Big pause. Slowly back.
Yeah, I definitely think
threes.
his breaks improved from Coventry.
Yeah, it looks like a break that he's worked on.
Yeah.
As in, he never did that before.
No.
He takes a fairly, obviously, cues up, but then takes a fairly deliberate, slow drawback before delivering the cue. And that must be a deliberate thing he's tried, you know.
Also, he's employed an iron ball cue as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and obviously a professional like Ronan, with his experience, isn't going to take something like the break shot lightly. You know, he knows it's one of the, well, probably is the most important individual shot in the game.
Yeah.
There's no way he isn't going to spend some time on it. He clearly has. Now he's in the final.
Yeah. Just trying to get something that can work.
Third final of the season, is that right? Kev was saying?
I think so. I'm trying to work out what finals he was in. The final of the last event, which was the professional event in Coventry. What do we have? Cardiff was Boyle, Farnsworth, and Farnsworth against McAllister in the professional final. Then where we were, Bradford was Boyle versus Jordan Church, and the professional final would have been Farnsworth versus Andy Blurton. Where do we go after that? Newcastle was Clint versus Michael Peel, and Ben Davis versus Jordan Shepherd. And then Coventry, which was Ronan against Clint in the professional, and Rob Donkin versus Andy Lucas in the Open. The three finals Kev's referring to is he made the final of the World Series in Morocco in the professional event. So three. Okay. This is his third final too. So he's had a professional final, an Open final, and a World Series final.
This is tough now. He's got to draw this back, but he could do with the white being off the cushion. And I don't think he can get it off the cushion.
He wanted the white to be slightly further over, closer to the cushion.
That's a good shot.
That's good.
Best shot Ronan's played in the match.
Yeah. Just nervy little shots, especially at 4-1 down. Nailed it.
Yeah. This is a welcome break dish for
back in the game. So Ronan will be thinking to himself from 4-1 down, you know, here's my break and finish.
Yep.
You break dry, we could be 4-all.
Yes. Yeah. That positive thought pattern of one dry break away from all square.
Yeah.
Let's go again. And he's done the first part of that by having his own break finish.
Seventh frame.
There's
Simon
our
Ward to break, leading by 4 frames
the chairman,
to 2.
Kev Barton, talking with first-year professional Lee Ray.
Yeah. Deep in conversation.
You've heard plenty of Lee this weekend. He's got involved in the commentary box, which is great to see.
Now Kev's hearing plenty of Lee.
Yes. So here's the dry break we talked about.
Called that one and done.
Yeah.
Obvious problem area, top right, the red and yellow together. He's got the perfect red.
Do you think they plant now?
It. I think they do plant now, just he can't play it.
Oh yeah, the red in the middle of the table. I was thinking he could just see he'd play a 3-ball plant, but he's not going to play a 4-ball plant, that's for certain.
Yeah. I mean, he's got the obvious ball, which is he's thinking about going reds, yellows.
Yeah, yellows look first glance trickier.
I think if the red closest to the left middle is maybe tighter than it looks from our point of view, then if that's a tricky ball, then maybe yellows are the colour. But it's one of these weird ones to. He's going to go into his bad ball now. Obviously, as you do, you go in as early as possible, or is he?
I don't think he can get into it from this angle.
Well, put the yellow into the left middle, surely. Maybe. I don't know.
Oh, he's going into it off the top ball.
Yeah,
But he doesn't want to be straight.
I think he's okay.
Yeah, camera 4 shows he's got enough angle.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
I think that's what I was going to say, actually. Going into it from this yellow closest to the black, which he could have done, the danger was that you were going to push the red close to the corner pocket.
You can arc these by accident as well. If he tries to put too much power, he just could arc and miss the ball. No, he's played it well.
What's he on?
Is he okay? Does the yellow go into the middle? If the yellow goes into the middle, he's okay, but...
Is the yellow he's nearest to?
The yellow is nearest.
I think it does. It looks tight.
Look at camera 4. Yeah. I think it does.
Does the one... Then the next question is, does the one he's just canned go into the other middle, and I think it does as well. If so, that's come out really, really well. If not, he's got a problem.
30 seconds.
I think the natural angle is going to run into the yellow. He's going to run into this yellow he's just cannoned out. Maybe.
Yeah.
We'll soon see from the rope over shot.
Oh, he had to play a plant.
He obviously couldn't play a plant.
There's a big shot to take on.
Tough bit of run of the ball there.
Yeah.
That could have come out nicer. He played it well.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he played it as well as he could. It was not far away from being a great chance, but
maybe just being overcritical. Maybe he hit it slightly too hard, because if he did it shorter, he could have played the yellow that's next to the red off of the red into the middle bag as his next shot.
Yeah.
But that's harsh.
That's very harsh to say. Yeah, we won't put that down as an unforced error.
No way.
Only if you were playing Dan. So now we've got what's Simon got? He's got only really the red on the left-hand side. You know, it looks from the main camera, the one nearest the left middle, it looks like it drops in nicely. But when you see the overhead one, camera 4, it looks a lot tighter.
Yeah, I think it definitely goes, but you want to be close to it.
Yeah.
I think Simon's probably going to leave that ball till last before he makes the black.
Yeah, then you just drop it in and the black's waiting, yeah.
Yeah. But you don't want to be playing this from, say, for example, where the red is at the bottom of the table.
Yeah, so he needs a good angle on his last.
Yeah, not to be straight.
On his red before, yeah.
Slightly too.
Yeah,
from camera 5, looking at Simon's face. It's just he's getting down. He's fine.
Yeah,
we switch back to the camera 4. Right, so
I'm surprised he didn't.
Back up again.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't leave the one at the bottom end of the table till his second last ball.
I think maybe the red didn't go past the red into the other.
Yeah.
Into the corner he's playing this one into now.
He almost might move the one up by the middle now. But that's not gone well.
It's gone really wrong, because I think it's touching now the yellow, and it doesn't even go into the corner.
I don't think his original plan was to move that. I think he's changed that because of the angle he's left himself.
I think that's right, yeah, because as soon as he landed tight on the back cushion, there's a little bit, he pulled a little face to say, I didn't really want to be there, because because he knew he was going to have to run into it.
Can he get to the red and yellow off the other red? It looks.
If anyone
30
can,
seconds.
Simon can.
It looks like the other yellow's in the way. You could power it on and off the side rail. Yeah, That was tough. That was really tough.
He was trying to come behind it and then he'd be able to see enough of it to play it into this
Solo snooker.
into the pocket where the black is. But I think heave-ho here. Or is he going to play a really delicate snooker off of the... no, he's heave-hoing. Imagine the snooker just come off the jaw.
Just rest on it, yeah.
Just rest it. Cheeky that bit. No, whack. Fair enough.
Foul.
Not the
One
black
free shot, one visit.
Yeah, but he's got given away the foul.
Yeah.
Ronan's just gonna push this black off the cushion, screw back a little bit, and leave himself on the yellow, just directly to the right of where the black is now, and then should be frame over. Just don't leave it on the back cushion.
And don't. Yeah, no, that's fine.
It's perfect.
About to say, you don't want the black to get in the way of the yellow, but it hasn't. And
It's 4-3.
4-3 and Ronan's break. He's
Ronan have the break again.
cleared the last one, so
Yeah. Is that going to be his tournament? Just 4-0 down in the semi-final.
yeah.
Win 7 in a row. 4-1 down in the.
Yeah.
Looking like going 5-2 down. Doesn't.
And he touched on it in the pre-match interview that he was 6-all and Mark Boyle in the first round, and Mark Boyle had he was on a clearance to beat him, but didn't get on the black very well, and
saw it. Yeah.
couldn't make the skill shot on the black.
Yeah. Just under hit his last positional shot.
Yeah. There's the tour number 1, Mark Farnsworth. He's a very good friend of Ronan's, so certainly cheering him on from the corner.
Ginger Power.
Yeah.
They call each other Ginge, don't they?
Yeah. Oh, no, Ronan calls Mark Farnsworth Ray.
Does he?
Don't know why. I asked and he said he didn't really respond. And a lot of people call Mark Farnsworth Ginge, yeah. Or I've heard a few of his friends call him that, yeah.
Bit of history there, and I think they play 3 big money games.
They have, yeah.
Back before money games were being played left and right.
Ace frame.
But
Ronan
for
McCarthy to break.
silly money.
Trailing by 4 frames to
£80,000
three.
and
Yeah.
Time running.
yeah.
Right, really important break here. He's made a ball every time so far, but only one. Pause.
Yeah, he didn't quite get that one as solid as the others, but he got a nice
Just another one.
enough split, and he's made his ball. Yeah,
every time.
he would take this every time.
4-3.
It's 4-3. Yeah,
This is 4-4.
yeah. This is
This is 4-4 now. I'm sure he will. They're mapped out. He's just got the only thing that can go wrong is he loses his white ball, but I can't see Ronan doing that. Just can't see it.
yeah. So he's looking at reds.
Reds, top cushion, the one he's on now, middle. Come down for these 3 down table.
So you're leaving top right for your last ball.
Probably, I think, yeah. Yeah, I think you will. You'll be getting on the last ball. You'll be trying to leave the white some. He's going to have to take it now. He didn't want to.
Yeah.
I'm sure of it, but it's fine. Just needs to miss this yellow on the way back out.
Yeah, he doesn't want to leave himself. He wants to pop the red over the left middle next, and he doesn't want to leave himself a bad angle on that. He wants to be able to come down the table, not up the table.
Play this with a trace aside just to try and make sure he misses the yellow on the way back out.
He's played that really, really well.
Yeah, like to have been a fraction further out.
Yeah, he's a tad thin. Can he play it off the yellow? Maybe to
Don't know.
play it a little bit thicker.
Doesn't want to be going too close to the black.
I
He doesn't want to push the black into the 2 yellows, but also doesn't want to rest on the black either.
I think if we look at camera 4, I don't think he can play it off the yellow. I think he, if he tried to play it off the yellow, you could hit the near jaw. So
Yeah,
just got to play for the pot.
this shot's key to the frame really, because
Do you think what's the
he's
natural?
out of position.
Yeah,
30
yeah,
seconds.
he is. Yeah,
Looks easy. Oh, he's got an easy one in the middle. The others are in the open. He's out of position. He's playing this with rakes aside to try and straighten the white. It's come out
he's
really
over
well.
the moon with that.
Yeah,
over the moon. Yeah.
He'd have bit your hand off for that.
Yeah, he would have taken that result. The only thing he's got to be careful on now is the red nearest the black is going to be slightly awkward to get on.
Just needs the right angle. It's all about angle.
He's straight.
No, I think he's got enough. He can just top on and off the cushion now.
Yeah, he's going to top on and off the cushion and maybe rest to play come in behind the red and play it into the corner that he's closest to now with the white ball.
I think he's going to play it in the same pocket he's in.
Oh no, he's coming back. He had more angle.
Yeah, he had more angle.
And that's not good. That's not good. He's okay, but he's. I think he wanted to be a little straighter on it, so he could just take the black into the other corner or the middle. He's now probably going to have to come around 2 cushions.
Simon's studying his way, studying Ronan's face rather than the table.
Yeah.
A few players do that. Mark Farnsworth does it a lot.
You get a sense of what problems they've got from the face, not the table, don't you?
You do actually, yeah. The little grimaces, the little. You know.
He's got some
30 seconds.
He's got some traffic here. He's got to avoid the yellows. He's coming around 2 cushions.
He has got a shot, so.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh no! Didn't want that.
I'd like to see a replay of that shot and at the end of the frame
just
to see.
Back as well as rocked back onto it, so I think he might be touching.
I think this will still go close. Cushion. Cushion and.
I think it's one of those situations where touching balls are relevant because he's going to try and make this off the cushion.
Correct. Yeah.
He's going to go close to this. He's going to go very close.
He may even be able to get it off the yellow if he just hit it thick.
I think he'd go very close to making this.
He's got it!
Yeah! Oh, there's a big fist bump there.
I don't know if we had a camera that could have picked up Ronan's reaction then,
he did,
but that to me is that shows everything that this means to him. I've never ever seen Ronan give a reaction mid-match.
No.
Not even after a match.
Really
he really gave it one there.
Look at him. He's on a buzz.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
Oh, he's gone toilet now as well, just to really rub it in. Here we go. We'll see his reaction now, I think.
I've never seen him do that before. That's awesome.
He almost blew it in.
That was brilliant.
That hurts more than if it had just landed on it.
Yeah. Without a shadow of a doubt. Without a doubt.
Simon's face there. You get a close up on Simon's face, it'd be quite good actually. Camera 6. See, just, he's not frustrated, he's not angry, he's not screwing his face up, he's doing the right.
Just relaxed. He is blessed with a brilliant temperament.
Yeah, he is, yeah. Such a underrated. I think most people know it's really important, but maybe some people don't realise. No offence, but to your league players and stuff, just how important it is.
Yeah.
To be calm, even if you're frustrated, and to stay calm, because when you get your next chance, you'll take it.
Yeah.
If you're still frustrated and annoyed and I shouldn't be, then it affects you, moving forward. And
absolutely.
These 2 players are probably definitely in the top 5 when it comes to temperament, tournament temperament.
Couldn't agree more. No.
Because you're not gonna win a tournament without. You have to win 6 matches just to get to the final. You're not going to win a tournament without having some sort of low at some point in a match.
Yeah.
There won't be many players out there that have won a tournament without being up against it at some point.
And having to deal with a bad spell and maybe the odd rub and things going against you, and being able to take that and come back.
Having to deal with being behind when you shouldn't be, or being level when you should maybe think that you should be 3 or 4 frames clear. It's all part of the makeup of a top player.
Right. The ability to play every single frame as though it's a fresh frame.
Simon Water break. 4 frames all.
It's 4-4, but there's no question Ronan's the happier of the 2 players. Or should be the happier of the 2 players. So the ability for Simon to play this like it's the first frame is huge. He's come dry.
As the worm turned. Wow.
He just hunts you down, doesn't he, Ronan? He just clings on, hunts you down.
Yeah.
takes you out. See on camera 4, don't think he can. No, he can't see the red. Just switch back to camera 2 now. He can't see the red, so he's going to have to go yellows really.
I think yellows are probably the better colour set, but if he could have seen the red from that angle, he could have gone into the two bad reds. Although those two reds, probably the outside one goes anyway. I thought the two yellows at the bottom were probably easier than they are actually. The two yellows at the bottom are potentially a problem.
Yeah, a big problem.
I don't think he can get on the one closest to the pocket, and the one next behind it certainly doesn't go. So,
if you're maybe right behind it, you see from camera 4. If you're maybe right behind it, you can. Oh no, I think you're all right.
Yeah, it's a touchy one. Yeah,
you can certainly play it in the side.
Yeah,
but then it's where the yellow's going afterwards. What your next ball's going to be.
Yeah,
that's the problem area of this frame.
30 seconds.
And if you wanted to develop those, it's actually a little tricky to get to.
Yeah.
Straight.
Doesn't want to be straight.
No,
doesn't want to be straight.
He's not happy with that.
No, he's not.
Even then, we've seen Ronan with a grimace and a bit of a head punch, like he knew it was wrong. And you don't see that from Ronan very often. He's very up for this. It's great to see.
He's shown a bit more of it the recent year or so.
Yeah.
A little bit of a head shake more than normal. But I don't think it matters. It doesn't affect him.
It's not in a way where he's playing the next shot 100% with
30 seconds.
No history of what's happened before, you know. But he is showing it.
He's going to leave himself a long yellow. It's a big shot. Doesn't really. Ideally, I'd like to probably rest into the
I don't really get this because what's
he's got nothing else.
No, he's got nothing else after this.
Unless if he cannons the red, would he be leaving that perfect angle on the one at the bottom?
That's really strange.
He jumped up off it, but I think he.
What would he have had after that?
I think if he catches the red full in the face, I think the yellow
maybe spin it in. Yeah.
Could have got it in. The one we were talking about. Yeah.
Tough finish.
So for Simon, the outside of those two reds that look the obvious problem probably goes. It certainly looks like it goes.
Yeah.
In which case the next one will go as well.
Wanted to get on it now, which he has. Yeah. You see, he'll probably bring it slightly away from the cushion. It's all about the pace. This shot. You might want to play this with a tracer right hand side and bring you're naturally going to push the red into the cushion and back out again.
Yeah.
You just don't want to push it far enough to go and tie up with the yellow. But you'd like to get it a little bit further out than what it is at the moment. It's all about touch.
I don't know about you, has it gone cooler in this room? It
has, yeah.
They turned the aircon on or it's because of all the bodies have left the room, but it's definitely gone a bit cooler.
So he's decided to play into him.
It's a great shot.
I think he's good there.
Interesting choice.
He's obviously decided it doesn't go, or he didn't like.
Maybe
didn't want it to go.
He's got options here, hasn't he? He's got options.
Not easy from here. It's a tricky clearance,
to
say the least.
Yeah.
Just needs to land on a couple of balls. Well, specifically the one he's right next to.
If he was, do you think he'd want to pot when he plays the one down the rail? He want to use the one over the pocket to create it as a big bag.
I don't think he needs to.
Don't know whether he needs to. No, but
I'm not sure it does make it a bigger bag.
Yeah. Oh, he was trying to make that off the yellow.
Yeah, he had a big bag, and can Ronan play the yellow? Does it go past the red? It's tight.
Yeah, and I think the two yellows at the bottom have definitely been nudged now that they don't go.
Oh well, they have as well.
They've been nudged, yeah.
Does he play one yellow onto the other, like he's pointing at now? He might take the bag. He might even pop the ball. So,
well, I think he maybe has to play it with pace to be able to create the angle. Unless he is just trying to take the bag, but we'll see. No, just take the bag.
Just
difficult to say.
Yeah.
I think he has. I'm not sure that red squeezes in.
Would you rather be reds or yellows right now?
Oh,
That's a tough one.
if
I slightly favour yellows.
yeah, I think yellows. If the red doesn't slide past the yellow at the bottom,
I think he can definitely cover the pocket.
yeah, I
don't
don't think he makes
he'll-
it.
No.
I think reds because Simon's at the table.
30 seconds.
Depends how easy it is to make this long, the one down the rail. Off, if that's a big bag for the one down the rail.
I don't think it is. I
Then-
think it's just a normal size bag.
If it is, then it's not too bad because he can make this and then he can make something happen. Yeah, I think you're right. It wasn't a big bag. That's
It's just a just a 3-ball
But-
plant.
not. Yeah, he's not come out too bad.
3-ball plant, or does he just cut this into the middle? I think I prefer to cut it in the middle.
I think there's more control in the middle.
Yeah.
As long as he's not. Well, I was going to say, depends on the pace he has to play it at to reach the pocket. It looks like he's playing the plant.
No, he's opened it up.
Now it's a very big pocket.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I think
a mistake there from Rowan.
That was a very high tariff shot. That three ball plant from distance like that.
it's just hard to get right, and that's why I think I'd rather maybe have dug in and cut it into the middle. Scott looking really closely at Simon's bridge hand. It's come out. Good touch again. We've seen him play all those shots already this match.
So easy to go wrong, isn't it? So easy just to come up short or go a foot too far.
Again, just needs to leave himself the right angle after this shot to I think he'll want to play the red down the cushion over on the left hand side here, second last.
Yeah.
Wanted more angle than that. I think he's okay though. Just stun over on the left hand side of the table, and then he's got a massive pocket to oh no. Oh, float with the middle bag.
He's going away from the red down the rail. The yellow. He's going on the outside of the yellow above the red, but he's fine, and it's a big pocket. So
I think he had from the start maybe in his head that he wanted to use this.
yeah, that was actually a really nice natural angle for him to.
Yeah, that's his last ball.
I don't know if it is actually. I just keep saying it's a big pocket. I think there is probably a little spot in the middle where if he missed it by a fraction, it wouldn't drop.
Yeah.
I think you've got to use the yellow here, haven't you? And just make sure.
Yeah.
Has he found it?
Yeah, he's found that one little spot.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. If he's a fraction left or a fraction right, he makes it.
He's going to be a world of trouble now.
You see Simon's face there as well. There's a bit more emotion than you normally see. He's zoom in on Simon there, camera.
It's one of those you just can't believe you can miss it because it does. It is a sort of big pocket, but there's that one spot in the middle of the.
You've got to use the ball, I think. You
Yeah.
know, in that shot, you've got to just make sure you make contact because it'll go in. You know.
You just sort of. You think, oh, what am I worried about? You know, just
30
get down
seconds.
and pot the thing. And just.
The exciting thing for us as the viewers.
It's not the best shot.
Total snooker.
Exciting thing for us as the viewers, we get to see Simon come up with something quite creative now.
Outrageous, yeah.
He's either going to lose the frame off this shot, or it's going to be shot of the tournament.
It's a smart snooker from Ronan in the way that he's made sure he's got the white close to the back cushion
To limit the spin options.
To limit the spin options, yeah. Because if he was just out, he could maybe play it just off the back cushion side.
Swerve this into the top.
Yeah.
30 seconds.
No, he's
All
not.
he's got is the shot he's playing. Doesn't really need side for it. It's fine. Even if he does get it, it's close. It's really close.
Foul.
Oh,
wow!
Free shot.
What a great effort! What a great effort! And a little round of applause there.
Great effort and a good call from Scott.
Wow! Look at this! Oh
Just
wow!
flick the yellow first, yeah.
Yeah. Might be able to get that in a slow-mo.
It's shots like that, which is why I would never want to be a referee.
No.
The white, yeah. The white running.
Scott McMillan's like one of those rugby referees where
30 seconds.
where you can hear them.
He's mic'd up, yeah.
He's mic'd up.
Yeah. Those two reds at the bottom are slightly awkward. If he rests on the bottom cushion, can he pot the bottom one? For 2, yeah, I think he can,
Can
yeah.
just play the plant now?
I was just going to play the plant.
I think it's fairly...
It's missable. No, played that really well.
That's okay.
Perfect.
And that yellow just staying there.
Yeah, nice little flick on the way back up.
Did you eat your food, Dan?
No.
Well,
You know me and food, I can take it or leave it.
yeah.
It's no biggie. It'll get eaten.
He doesn't want to leave himself straight now. Which he hasn't.
Yeah, it's nice just to trace aside, just to help it up there, off the cushion.
Yeah, natural angle, come back out, down towards the D and it'll be perfect.
Yeah, that's a lovely shot.
Yes.
He can just roll through, leave himself a pretty
Just
routine
about.
black.
Yeah, just about okay.
So, big moment in the match there.
Big moment, 5-4, yeah.
Simon missing that opportunity.
It's huge. Biggest moment in the match so far.
Frame.
He's doing it again, rolling 4 frames in a row.
We've got, we're having a Ronan from Northern Ireland, and there's a nice group of Northern Irish lads that come over together, and there's always a big group of Welsh lads. There's a nice split in the crowd as well with the support for the players.
Yeah.
I think Ronan's bunch always maybe a little bit more vocal.
Yeah. And the nice thing is, neither set of fans would begrudge either player
No, not at all.
the win.
No.
You know, even though they are countrymen, you know, they're supporting them, but
I think not that you would ever single out who's not liked, but they probably have got to be 2 of the most liked players on the tour, I think.
Yeah.
Most well respected, just really nice guys, down to earth.
10th frame.
yeah.
No, you
Ron
never
McCarthy
hear
to
a
break.
bad word said about either of them.
Leading by 5 frames to 4. Time running.
Break dish here now. Really turn the screw. Yeah, and there's that delay, and he's always just a look. Do you know these little things that are happening? He's looking good for Ronan.
Yeah, I think he's going to have to play a decent first shot. Straight down here, it's
So you think he's just looking at yellows, so the black goes to the right. Yeah, the black's no problem. Yeah, they all go. They've all got a pocket. So I say a decent first shot.
Yeah, I think the black he'll probably take into the right middle.
He's made the pot with the first shot, but he's
It's
not bad.
I think he underdid it a little bit, but
Underdid it.
underdid it.
He's got the one to the bottom left. Is he gonna just avoid the one on the
I
bottom
think
rail?
he's just going to slide past.
And if he does it go down past the other yellow?
I don't think it does. No. Oh, needs to stop.
Oh, you can just see the one over the middle. I think.
Look, Ronan's face. He's no good. He's shaking his head. Is he on it?
I don't know.
No, he's kind of.
Close. I think he's on it.
So, I think he'd like to have stayed down there off that ball he's about to play for the other one, but I think he's going to have to move away from it.
30 seconds.
Yeah, he's just about on it, I think.
He can come back down again now and stun this in first.
So I think the grimace was the fact that he wanted to be able to pot the one along the bottom rail next. So if he catches that red that he caught full in the face, he'd have had much more control, so he could have cleared the 2 at the bottom of the table before coming up now. So, because that one on the bottom rail is now a problem.
Yeah, I think he's going to have to play it as his last ball. Simon's not too impressed. Screw back in. It's going to be a...
It's going to be a tough last pot position.
Really tough shot.
He's got to have just the slightest of angles, doesn't he?
Yeah.
You know, if he lands on it straight, he's got no
You are
shot.
straight. You can't get on it. You can't.
Yeah.
You're going to have to screw back into the jaws.
Yeah,
And hope, yeah.
So he's just got a tiny little angle just so he can punch it back out. That's just about good. That's good.
That's
Perfect.
good, yeah. I thought for a second he was going to finish straight, but
These are tough, aren't they?
he would. I
Really
reckon he
tough.
would have wanted another inch of angle, if we're honest.
Bit more angle.
A little bit more.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
Big shot in the context of the match, yeah.
Oh,
he's
what a
absolutely
great shot.
nailed it, and look at the
Great
reaction
shot.
as well. He just,
Waving his cue at from camera too.
I couldn't see that from my angle.
Yeah, you can see it from really waving his cue.
yes.
That was a great shot along the rail.
Yeah.
Wow, how this match has turned. Incredible.
He's on the hill.
He's on the hill. We're going to get a replay of that reaction, I wonder.
I think you might have to call in the medics if he loses this match from here now, because he'll be,
Well, in the Open final in Morocco, so a couple of 3 weeks ago, it was to race to 8, so he was 7-5 up on Mark Farnsworth and lost 8-5, and had chances in those frames as well. So obviously this is a much bigger stage than that, but I hope that's not in his mind. It was only a couple of weeks ago. He looks a different player today than he did then, to be honest. He looks...
Give him a tap on the shoulder, just
to let him know, yeah.
So I remember a couple of weeks ago when you were 2 up 3 to play. Don't worry about it, but
Yeah.
just thought I'd
11th
mention it.
frame. Simon Ward to break, trailing by 6
Simon's
frames to
thinking
4.
the same now.
See-
He's
Simon.
one dry break away from winning the tournament.
Yeah,
Sledgehammer. That's
huge.
there's a lot of anger in that.
Oh, the ball that just...
That's harsh.
Wow.
Look at this now.
Wow, look at...
He has not hit a better break all week than that.
how he's got balls
Everywhere. It's more balls
sitting
in
on the lip.
It's more balls in the other end of the table.
Yeah. My
Couldn't
ears are
hit-
bleeding.
Couldn't have hit them any better.
What a massive chance now for Ronan to win.
That's as sad as you'll ever see him look at a pool table.
Yeah.
I mean, rightly so. He's nailed them.
Yeah, you can. It's hard to believe he hasn't made a ball.
Sat there in
Absolutely hard to believe.
It's disbelief. You've got to sit and watch Ronan clear these up.
All right, so what hope has Simon got of getting back to the table?
So
Those 2 reds, the 2 reds together and up right by the centre of the bulk line, they're awkward.
I think they'll be his last 2 balls, maybe.
Do you think either of them go without nudging him?
This is far from over.
This is a tricky finish.
It is.
Actually, look, first glance it looked really,
they all
nice and
go.
open, but because they all go, but it's awkward.
There's
Yeah, I
nothing on
think
the cushion, is there?
one of them goes, doesn't it?
There's
One
nothing
of them.
When you look at problems in clearances, you're normally looking for balls on cushions. The
Great
touch
shot.
there, it's brilliant. Great shot. This is what he's got. He's got that killer instinct, isn't he, Ronan?
You get a sense the Irish lads are starting to get a little bit excited. They can sense the trophy.
Probably all had a bet on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, pre-tournament.
Yeah.
I bet he was a nice price as well, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Well, if Clint Hansen was 16s, then what was Ronan?
Was he 16s?
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Just maybe come a little. He didn't want this much angle.
Yeah, it's difficult here.
I think he might have to take his medicine, come towards the blue spot, and play the red into the left middle after this, with a bit of left hand side, and go off 2 cushions to straighten it up.
30 seconds.
Or can he just find a little gap there?
If he can hold it. Oh, that's perfect. If he can hold it, is that?
He can play the top one now, I think.
Do you think
one of those two?
Do you think they both? Do you think the outside one goes? It comfortably goes. Is it difficult to tell?
I don't know.
I think the way he's gone about this finish, it must comfortably go.
Yeah, he's playing your shot, Dan. It doesn't look like he's playing it with side though.
Oh, he's played for it in the middle.
Ah, I see.
Played for it in the middle. Great shot.
That was a great shot.
What do we know? That's why we're sat here.
Yeah.
Just needs to leave himself the right angle after this. Doesn't want to be taking the white away from the black after this shot.
Yeah. Does the other red go in the other middle?
Yeah, it must do.
Yes, it
He
does.
needs the right
Oh
angle.
yeah, and he can just drop behind this black, can't he?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, don't think he can get right behind it. I'm not sure. No, he couldn't get right behind it.
He's
So
just
it's a
he's just
tricky
left
little,
himself
tricky
shot.
little
Get
black.
on camera 3 for this.
This is
and
it.
see Ronan's
This is
reaction
for
if he does
the,
pot this.
Yes,
Right, on the mat.
he's there. What a great finish to end it.
Well played.
Well played.
Look at that big high five.
Ronan McCarthy wins the match 7 frames to 4.
Well played, Ronan McCarthy.
Oh, a great final and well played. Fantastic. So we're going to, in a minute or so, we'll hand you over to the presentation by Kev Barton.
That was a reverse dish, that one as well.
Testing, testing. Okay, welcome to the presentation ceremony here at the Heston Hyde Hotel for the British Open, and what a superb final we've just witnessed there from two of the finest players. And first of all, a round of applause for both players, please, for an absolutely superb final. A final that contained everything, great clearances, drama, missed pots. It was an absolute treat. So first of all, I'm going to introduce a gallant loser from Wales, Simon Ward. Simon, 4-1 up, and I don't know what happened.
Yeah, it was just things started going a bit awkward. I missed a couple of half chances that I should have got really, but obviously Ronan played really well to come back into it. Coming into the match, I was hoping if I can just hit the break really good, then I give myself a really good chance, and I think I hit it really well, to be honest, and I just didn't come for me today, unfortunately.
Well, do you think the ball down the rail at 4-all was maybe the turning point? Yeah,
well, I think before then I had a chance to go 5-2 up that I rushed a bit, but that shot on the rail, I knew there was a chance that what happened would happen, but I thought as long as I play it thin rather than into the near jaw, I thought I was bound to drop. So when I've hit it, I thought I've hit it good, and obviously I didn't hit the yell on the way through, unfortunately.
And a word about your opponent, Victor. He's been in the runners-up circle a few times recently, but thoroughly deserved victory. Yeah, absolutely. He was 4-0 down to Clint in the semis. Obviously 4-1 down in the final. He's played brilliant. He took out some really good finishes. I need to get his tap break, I think. That's because it's working. But as I say, especially the last two finishes, he took them out really well, and the last one he was always in perfect position. So he did really well. But overall, pleased with your performance over the 2 days? Yeah, I played pretty well all day. I haven't really had a bad match. I've had a couple of bad frames here and there, but I've played pretty well, and I'm happy with my performance. Looking forward to trying to defend my title tomorrow. Okay, Simon, well played. Simon Ward. The word legend is often overused in sport, but for our winner tonight, I think it's really appropriate. Our winner, Ronan McCarthy. Ronan, you've been the nearly man so many times recently. You must be absolutely over the moon.
I am. I'm just delighted. There's been a lot going on at home recently, and there was definitely people shining down on me. My sister died, and then my sister-in-law died, and it's their funeral tomorrow, and that one's for them. Yeah. Well, they'll be looking down on you, and they'll be so proud of that performance. All your family and friends, and the guys here have been supporting you. It's an absolute fantastic achievement. You've been playing for so long, and to be so consistent and keep performing at this level, it's just incredible. Yeah, I just felt if I got the chances, I could take them, and I got a wee bit of luck during it too. And you need luck. You need to play well. You need luck, and you need people looking down on you. Yeah. And I think I had all that tonight. I had it all day, and I was due a wee bit of luck because me and my family's had a bad time, and just glad to give them some good news. Yeah. And Simon, he pushed you all the way as you're going to expect. 4-1 down. What is it about your opponent getting to 4 frames that spurs you into action? 4-0 down against Clint. I don't know. Came back. And just always got off to a bad start. Nearly every match I play, I don't settle to sort of under pressure, and then I seem to play better under pressure. I don't know what it is. I wish I didn't do it, but. Because it's mentally draining. I'm absolutely shattered now, but I'm just glad to get over the line, and just hope everybody at home is happy and cheering me on. Well, on a personal note, I'm absolutely delighted that you've won. I think anyone who is involved with pool is absolutely delighted that you've won. It's you're a real credit to the sport and yourself and your family. We're delighted that you make the effort to come to our events time after time. It's an absolute pleasure to watch you play, and long may it continue. Ronan McCarthy, our winner. Well played, Ronan McCarthy. What a performance! Well, that's it from us for till 10:30 in the morning. So join us then, where we'll continue the action in the pro events and amateur events. So hope you've enjoyed the action today, and we'll see you again in the morning. So see you then. Thanks a lot.